Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and another episode of Cookmas, where every day in December I'm sharing a new recipe. Today's recipe is slow cooker nut clusters. You're going to take a ton of chocolate. I have 2 pounds of white chocolate almond bark and then 1 pound of milk chocolate almond bark, and I'm putting that in my crock pot. Also taking 3 Hershey bars, and I'm going to break those into pieces and just kind of put it around the sides. It did say to break up the chocolate bark ahead of time, but I found that wasn't necessary. So I'm not going to do it because it's really thick and I feel like it would take too much effort to do that. Now I'm going to add in lightly salted dry roasted peanuts, 32 ounces, which is 2 of these smaller containers from Target. And then it said 16 ounces of whole almonds. I could not find whole almonds in exactly 16 ounces, so I'm using a 12-ounce bag. And then I'm going to put the lid on, put it on high for 45 minutes, and don't peek at it. So after 45 minutes, it says to stir it. Not much has melted at that point, just some of the Hershey bars and stuff around the sides. So I did try to mix it as best I could. Try to dig up the bottom layer of chocolate, move it to the top. This was my first time making this recipe, so I'm not sure if this part can just completely be omitted. I kind of think it probably can, but I did put the lid back on, reduced it to low, and cooked it for another hour. And at that point, everything was melted. And it's kind of thick, so you just want to keep mixing it until the white and dark chocolate have mixed and everything is well coated. And this makes a ton, which would be perfect if you're doing like cookie trays or having a party and you want like a little dessert out there. Now this recipe came from a cookbook, which I'll link below, and it said to spoon them into cupcake liners. I did that initially and I just thought that was really wasteful and it would take forever because, again, it probably made like 100 if not more of these. So I omitted that part not too far into it, and I just lined a cooking sheet or just put it on my counter of parchment paper and just put little dollops of the nut clusters on there, and that worked out fine as well. You can even, if you want to be like super lazy, because I ended up doing this at the very end, just dump it all out on a piece of parchment paper, make a thin layer so it's not too thick that it's going to hurt to bite into, and you just make it into like bark, and then when it dries just break it up into pieces, and that worked as well. So however you want to do it, but this tasted really good. The kids really liked it. And here's the one sheet I made where you can just break it up however small or big pieces. This is definitely a great addition to a cookie tray. We do those every year, and it's just nice. If you don't feel like a cookie, but you still want something sweet, it's perfect. A little sweet, little salty, super delicious. And of course, Raylan had to snag one from me. She couldn't wait much longer. So that's the recipe that we have today. We have a mixture of recipes, dinner recipes, beverages, desserts, all sorts of stuff. So if you guys are interested, make sure you subscribe and check out my recipe playlist. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.